Hi, I'm Leigh Russell, and I'm reading from Cut Short, the first in my series of crime thrillers. Haven't seen you for a while, Melanie. Her hairdresser smiled at her through the mirror. You been away somewhere nice? She began combing Melanie's dripping hair. No, just busy, Melanie replied. You've got lovely hair, the stylist commented, and Melanie smiled. The usual trim? Or do you fancy something different this time? She stepped back and gazed at her client's long blonde hair appraisingly. Just the usual, Melanie answered, with a lazy smile. Right you are, the stylist agreed amiably. She picked up her scissors and began combing and snipping, talking all the while about the Woolsmarsh Strangler. Makes you scared to go out on the streets alone, doesn't it? Preoccupied with her own thoughts, Melanie barely listened to her chatter. By the time her hair was finished, it was nearly 6:30 and dark outside. As Melanie hurried back to her car, it began to rain, big, fat drops that splattered on the pavement around her suede shoes. She hadn't thought about the women's meetings for days, so was pleased when her phone rang and she heard Julie's voice. Melanie, it's Julie. Are you coming on Tuesday? We decided it's time to lobby our MP, although it's hardly likely to be top of his agenda. We're all sick of the way our lives are controlled by men. Everywhere you turn, it's the men in charge. And when there's a threat to us, what do? Slightly taken aback by Julie's intensity, Melanie reminded her that a woman was running the police hunt for the Strangler. Yes, but she's not really in charge, is she? It's the men at the top who make the decisions. They're the ones with the real power. And some of us think it's time we women took control of our own lives. Melanie thought about her father and felt her jaw tighten. She threw her head back, thrust her phone forcefully into the pocket of her jeans, and strode along the road, a strong, confident woman. When a police car drew into the curb beside her and a middle-aged policeman called out, she bristled. You all right, miss? Fine, thank you, she replied sharply. She wasn't a child. She didn't need protection. My car's just round the corner, she added briskly. But as the police car drove away, panic ran through her like a jolt of electricity. Her mouth felt dry, and she was suddenly so light-headed she thought she wouldn't be able to walk straight. The hairdresser's words reverberated in her head. Makes you scared to go out on the streets alone, doesn't it? She glanced around, but the pavement was empty. She turned off the main road and her alarm faded. The side street where she'd left her car was deserted. In the silence, the sudden shrilling of her phone startled her, making her heart beat wildly. Mel, it's Julie. Melanie forgot her isolation while she was chatting with Julie. But when she hung up, the darkness of the street seemed to close in on her. Ahead, she could see the metallic paint of her car glimmering beneath a street lamp. Without looking round, she quickened her pace. She'd almost reached the car when she heard someone breathing.